Hey guys, King of Charmanders. Alright, so here's another level 50 analysis for you, and this features arguably one of the most powerful Pokemon in Great League, and now for Ultra League thanks to level 50. Behold, the Pokemon that literally has not been available for such a long time since it came out for the first time, Deoxys Defense. I was lucky enough to actually raid this thing enough and save a few to like where I have one. Now here's the bad thing about Deoxys Defense. It's a mythical Pokemon. Because it's mythical, it cannot be traded. So the only way if you don't have a Deoxys Defense now is to wait until Deoxys Defense comes back in the future. And I promise you, when it does, a horde of trainers will be going out to get them because this has been a long time overdue and coming. Deoxys Defense in raids was so long ago. Anyways, Deoxys Defense is, like I said, one of the most powerful Pokemon in Great League, and for Ultra League, it's a monster. It has the highest defense stat of any Ultra League mon, at least what I know of, in Ultra League. It's so powerful. It's weak to Bug, Dark, and Ghost types. However, because it has such high defense, even if it does get hit with something it's weak against, it's able to find a way out of matchups, and that's what makes it really, really, really powerful. As you see, it only resists fighting and psychic, so this does give you that answer to fighting and psychic types. It is also a pseudo counter user. Because of that, counter generates energy quickly, and with Psycho Boost, Rock Slide, and Thunderbolt, it has an insanely good coverage moveset. It is super strong. Pretty sure you've seen this. I'm not going to cover it that much when it comes to the introduction, but you know what? Here's the introduction. If you've seen it, you know Deoxys Defense is a beast. Alright, so as you see here, Deoxys Defense XL isn't actually in the data yet for Ultra League. Well, it's kind of there. It is here. It's at rank 79 if you power it up to max. However, Deoxys Defense XL isn't in the game yet. I mean, isn't in PvP poke because the likelihood of you getting one is very low. Because in order for you to get Deoxys Defense, you basically have to spend 296 XL candy until XL candy becomes more available in the future, etc. Because it's just that expensive. However, you'll see the actual ranking on the Matrix. Just a sneak peek on Deoxys Defense if you were to raid it. Here's Multi-Battle, here's Ultra League. Here's the one shield for Deoxys Defense. Now, Deoxys Defense, if you put up there, you can actually input level 51 or level 50. We'll just do level 50 to make it simpler. 12, 13, 50. That's a level 51, level 50 Deoxys. And if you run the sim, at the one shield for Ultra, you get 90%. What? Yeah, it is insanely powerful. As you see here, the Psycho Boost Rock Slide does get 90%. 90% is amazing. And in the two shield, 86%. You only lose to basically what resists counter. Basically it. And then you just absolutely go to town against a lot of other matchups. But you'll see that in the Matrix. Like I said, the Matrix is where we'll see we'll be able to gauge the rankings. Because I'm pretty sure if Deoxys Defense was humanly possible, it would be very, very high. Alright, Deoxys Defense, as you see here, I got a level 50 variant. You can actually get level 50 and level 51. Here's level 50, it's 12, 13, 15. Those are the optimal IVs for level 50. For level 51, you can get the same thing. It's just 10, 13, 15. So a little more defense and a little less attack. But those are the optimal IVs. And I also have the level 50 variation, as you see here. Or level 40, actually. So here's level 40, 50, and 51. And after you see, I got the 2 shield that we ran. We run the 2 shield, and this is what you get. You destroy Obama Snow. And the level 40 variant does, ironically, as well. So as you see here, you destroy Obama Snow, you destroy Articuno, etc. Charizard does beat you with a Dragon Breath variation, just because I think Dragon Breath doesn't have damage to chunk you down. As you see here, you don't actually get to enough rock slides because it's going... This is... Well, if you don't shield a Dragon Claw, this is assumes they get the Blast Burn in. So if you actually shield the Blast Burn, you don't shield the Dragon Claw. So shield the Blast Burn, and you don't shield... Okay, no, that's the rock slide. Okay, perfect. Shield that, shield that. Shield. Shield. Okay, wait, hold on. Give me 1 second. You shield that. You don't shield this. You shouldn't shield this attack, but you shield the rock slide. And then you up, and then you don't update, and then you don't fire Psycho Boost because you're gonna get to a rock slide. You're gonna get to a rock. So let's see. Let's run this sim. Wait, and then we're gonna run this. No, not that. No. Okay. So you shield. There you go. You shield both rock slides. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, I don't think you... Oh, you actually don't... Do you get to it? I don't think you do. As you see, Dragon Breath is so oppressive, I think you get Dragon Breath down. Yeah, Dragon Breath does take you down. But you should be able... No, you should be able to rock. So instead of... Wait. Apply the changes here. And then here, we're gonna fire Rock Slide, because you should have enough energy. Alright, so Deoxys Defense, here you go. This is what happens. Okay, there you go. That makes sense now. Sorry, that was a little complicated. As you see, when Dragon Breath is in the sandbox, it takes a while before you get everything put together. However, this is a bait-dependent matchup. If you shield the Blast Burn, you just have to eat a Dragon Claw. Literally just eat a Dragon Claw. If you eat the Dragon Claw, they don't get a Blast Burn on you, then you can just go straight Rock Slide. So they have to hit a Blast Burn on you in order to win this matchup. So you do have a chance versus Dragon Breath Zard. As you see, you're able to beat Clefable even though it resists your counters in the 2-shield just because you're able to pretty much just chunk it down. That's how oppressive its defense is. As you see here, you're able to double Rock Slide, and then you can Psycho Boost. Psycho Boost does heavy damage versus Clefable. Now, this is kind of tricky because Psycho Boost is a very tricky moveset to use. However, it seems to be the most optimal one for Deoxys Defense, and it's what allows it to have such a extremely powerful rating. Like, there are very few Pokemon that have a 90% rating in the 1-shield. At least I haven't seen very many. Or at least I've only seen one so far, and that's the one you're looking at. Deoxys Defense. Deoxys Defense is a beast. As you see, you beat Dragonite. You lose against Shadow Dragonite because if it can tank your damage or if it does resist you, as you see, you lose Driplim hard just because Driplim does double resist counter. So you're getting to Rock Slide is not going to be ideal. You have a stronger matchup with level 51, but it still doesn't matter. You do take out Empoleon, you take out Escavalier, Ferrothorn, Gallade, Gengar, and Giratina. So ghosts really do some damage to you. Basically, if it's a ghost type or a fairy type, it's going to beat you, but like... But Giratina's probably the one you're going to see the most. If you could take out Giratina, then Deoxys Defense runs free. But as you see, Ghosts do wall you hard. So the Ghosts and Fairies, and some Fairies, like Gramble does. But we'll see if this flips. So just because they do resist counter. Deoxys Defense doesn't have the highest attack in the world. And as you see, Gramble, you do win the 1-shield though. So you lose the 2s, but you win the 1-shield. So there are some differences. However, in the 2s, like I said, in the 2-shield, you lose against Alolan Muck just because Alolan Muck does charge fast, Dark Pulse does hit heavy damage, Swampert does also outpace you, and Togekiss does double resist your counter. So anything that generally resists counter, it will either beat Deoxys Defense or have a very strong matchup, or it's bait dependent like with Charizard. Alright, so as you see here, Deoxys Defense, this is the 1-shield scenario. As you see, Deoxys Defense is... As you saw in the multi-battle, it is the strongest... Its strongest position is in the 1-shield, or with shield advantage. Well, if you look, it's absolutely nuts. So I run the battle simulator in the 1-shield, and it destroys... Oh, wow. You only lose to things that resist you, i.e., like, remember we talked about Ghost? Ghost do resist you. Ghost, Alolan Muck... And that's it. You beat everything else. So basically, Ghost and Alolan Muck. Other than Ghost and Alolan Muck, you beat everything else in the 1-shield. That is nuts. So in other words, if you're able to take out their ghost and they don't have a ghost in their lineup, you basically body their entire line. As you saw here, it's incredibly powerful. Of course, you're not going to do much against Giratina, Altered, or Giro. It's just that's how it is. They're tanky as well, and as you see, those Rock Slides don't do much. You get completely walled by ghosts, which is a bad thing. However, the fact that you have such a strong matchup against practically the rest of the meta, except for those 4 matchups. Look at these ratings. 500, 600, 700. It is nuts how powerful. Now, the Cresselia one's like a little close, but level 51 does make it like convincing. So if you want to convincingly win the one shield, have a level 51. But level 50 does it as well, as you see against Cresselia. But that's still a winning matchup. So it's super powerful in the one shield. It beats all, like I said, it beats all relevant meta matchups except Drifblim and Ghost. Gengar, Giratina, and Giratina Altered. That's it. And Alolan. But you do beat Obstagoon, etc. And you you basically destroy the entire meta, with the exception of those matchups, like I said. This is really good. It's insanely powerful, and I can't... They should be banned. I think you should ban Deoxys Defense, but it's allowed in Open Ultra League because Mythicals are allowed, hence why Melmetal's allowed in Ultra League. And now we have the Zero Shield and the 1-0s, etc. So as you see here, I put the Zero Shields already in place, and then we're just going to take a look at all relevant matchups here. As you see, I'm going to pop the simulator, and we go right here, go down, hit battle, and then this is what you get. An absolute monster of matchups. As you see here, you're still able to delete a majority of the matchups, except for Swampert, Registeel. So basically, you beat what you beat before. You only lose to Shadow Dragonite. You basically just add on, you lose to Shadow Dragonite, Registeel, and Swampert. So you lose 3 more matchups. Shadow Dragonite isn't that common in Open Ultra, so 2 relevant matchups. Swampert and Registeel. And the Zeros. Other than that, you absolutely destroy the rest of them. Like, Venusaur is a close matchup at 5'11", but as you see, all the other matchups are pretty dang freaking good. Deoxys Defense does lose in the Zeros to those. However, what happens if Deoxys Defense has a shield? Even if it's in the Zeros, like I said, it has a lot of positive matchups. I wouldn't bank on seeing a Shadow Dragonite. However, you do see Giratina Altered in the back. It's unfortunate because Gira A or Gira O, because it's going to suck. Now, in the 1-0s, we already know that Giratina's completely wall you. However, in the 1-0s, the only thing that beats you is Gira. The only matchup that beats you is Gira. So only the big Shadow Dragon, or Dark Dragon, whichever you want to call it. No, not Dark Dragon. Big Ghost Dragon. Big Ghost Dragon. Because it's a Ghost and a Dragon type. But as you see here, the only thing that will beat you in the 1-0 scenario is literally Giratina. Gira going Gira. So Giratina. So if Deoxys Defense ever comes to open, or if someone actually makes it, you can expect a lot of Giratinas, as if we didn't see enough of it already. Now in the 2-0s, you still don't beat Giratina, but you basically beat every matchup in the game. It's the same scenario as the 1-0s. In the 1-0s and the 2-0s, you beat everything but Giratina. So as long as you leave Deoxys, you take out Giratina, and have Deoxys with shield advantage. Or with a shield. And leave it. Let's see the 2-1s real quick. So this is the 2-1s. 2-1 shield. Does it flip any other relevant matchup? So does 2-1s ever flip anything? No, it doesn't. So as you see here, well, actually, you do lose against Drifblim. So Drifblim needs. So in order for you to beat Drifblim, you need to be in the 1s or the 1-0s. So you have to take Drifblim. You have to drape Drifblim. So Drifblim or Giratina. So those are the only 2 mons that will beat Deoxys Defense level 50 XL with 2 shields to 1. And it's just nuts just how strong it is. I've never seen a Poké, yes, it's not like G-Fisk where if you have 2 shields you beat everything, but you know what? Having such strong matchups, look at this. 800, 700 matchups with 2-1 shields, and then the same in the 1-0s. You can argue that Deoxys Defense Deoxys Defense actually does have a stronger matchup in the 1-0s than G-Fisk does in the 1-0s. So Deoxys Defense is a monster, and I really think you should probably think about banning it, Niantic. But you know what? Melmetal's not, and Mythicals are allowed, so I don't see how they wouldn't. Yeah, they're probably gonna keep it. It's it's likely not going to go anywhere. But as you see here, it's just insanely it's nuts just how powerful Deoxys Defense is with these advantages. Obviously, it does have a hard check, but still, it's still really powerful because if you take out the ghosts, then you're pretty much set up for a sweep if you play the rest of the matchup really well. So, it's a 10 out of 10, okay? It's a 10 out of 10. Normally, I don't give 10 out of 10s to Pokemon that get walled. However, a strat you could literally do is take out their ghost, literally bait their ghost out, and then take out their ghost type, or take out their Amok or their ghost, and then run them over with Deoxys Defense. That's like, Deoxys Defense has such a powerful matchup in the one shield and in the 1-0s. It's like, I can't not give it a 10 out of 10. This Pokemon, if someone ever builds this thing, look at that, 98%. In the 1-0s, there is only 5 Pokemon that beat you. We already mentioned Gira, Stunfisk XL, and Miss Magius. There's only 5 matchups. You beat Driplim in the 1-0s. In the 2-0s, the only ones that beat you is Gira. You only lose against Gira. You only have 1 loss to Gira. And because that's so powerful, I cannot give it a 10 out of 10. The predictions were true. Deoxys Defense is a very god tier mon. You can literally, like I said, a strat you can do, bait out their ghost and their Amok, and then just go to town with Deoxys Defense. This thing is it's not unbeatable, but like I said, there's only a few things that check it. If you don't have 2 checks in your team, they take out your check, Deoxys Defense is going to run you over. Deoxys Defense is so powerful, like I said, in the 1-1s, the 1-0s, and even in shield advantage, and it's just such a great mon. Counter is just such a powerful move with Psycho Boost and Rock Slide. You have a recipe of disaster, and I mean that in a bad way for you if you're facing it. The saving grace is that Deoxys Defense is, like, to build one, it takes so much, it's an incredible amount of resources. You need 296, assuming you don't get a Deoxys Defense or there's not a build in the future, 296 candy. So yeah, 296 XL candy. So that's a good thing. There's a way you can stop it. Unless someone literally chucks 29,000 rare candies into their Deoxys Defense to level up to level 50. Which you might actually see people do, but if they do it, then this thing is going to be almost, like in Ultra League, this thing's a beast. Like, there's like I said, there's a lot of viable strategies right now. I'm not going to say all of them, but like my brain is just going off just how beastly this thing is. It's so powerful, and it's going to be, if whoever finds one and builds one, they're going to be very, very, very hard to beat. I hope you guys like this video. Please like and subscribe. I held off on the DD video hype because, like, I didn't really, like, intricately look into it until before this video, and then I looked into it now, looking at it for the second time, well, 2.5 technically, because I looked at the 1 shield before. It's gonna be it's gonna be amazing in Go Battle League for Ultra League. Like, oh my gosh, this thing needs to, like, you need to ban it, or, like, nerf Deoxys Defense. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next video, and good luck on your Go Battle League videos, and I will see you on the next video.